Welcome again, danDier Investments. We analyze my live trades and figure out how we gain an edge in the straight money out of this market. Today's December the 30th. You see me here trying to clean up my chart a little bit. I am sorry I've been lazy. But you see me now just trying to put in my supply, demand, support and resistance levels. We added a trend line here on the 60-minute time frame. So we're looking for price to potentially bounce here and continue to go below in the bigger market sentiment. Also adding in lines, that's the most recent level of resistance. Going down to the 5-minute time frame, zooming in. We're trying to analyze some things. That line out the way, kind of irrelevant. And we see that this is an area of importance because we had previous resistance there, several bounces, and held as support, then returned it to resistance, blew through it, and now we're approaching that line again. So we're looking to see if price continues to trend down, maybe bounce off this horizontal line again. It has just turned into an area of interest for us. So we're kind of in between. We want to see exactly what happens as the market takes off in the first 5 minutes. See if we get a particular direction of some sort before we make any initial trading hypothesis. We do have some ideas of what may potentially happen, but still want to be patient on those things. So now we're just waiting. I'm going to speed it up a little bit until things get popping in the market this morning. So I'm watching this on the 5-minute time frame, just to kind of give you a glimpse of what happens in that first 5 minutes. A lot of back and forth movement. So we saw that we touched that horizontal line briefly with the wick. And now we're rising. So this just immediately shows you that we just had a 100-tick swing in the first 5 minutes of opening. So this is why I've added to my rules not to try to place a trade within the first 5 minutes. Give the market some time to settle in, figure out exactly what's going to happen. Or watch what happens, figure out if that gives us an advantage. And use that information to make the best choice. Sometimes in that first 5 minutes, we can either confirm in our hypothesis, or I can immediately just throw it out the window without us even have to take a trade and put any money in and risk any money on the table. So now I have my first hypothesis. We saw that the market broke open initially in the first 5 minutes. So now I'm looking for a bull flag, seeing the price comes down to the 65 EMA. And maybe we can get in and ride this up. Because remember, one of our thought processes is that the line, this horizontal line here, serves as support. And we're also working off of this trend line that you see up there, which is from our 15-minute. So I was able to enter, got filled. So looking for price, or hoping price continues to move up towards that horizontal line that we put in earlier. First target filled. So, very optimistic, or too optimistic rather. Moving my targets that far back. So we can see here, kept my stop loss tight. And just giving it a moment, want to see and make sure that we don't get stopped out too quick. But we see that price actually turned around This is actually a reversal and not just a bull flag. So since that didn't work out, now we're just kind of patient, trying to figure out exactly if we can get another edge, because price is just moving back and forth at this moment in time. We are in the 1 minute time frame, so we see a lot more bars than if we were on the 5 minute time frame or a 10 minute time frame. We would just see one thick long bar. Pause. So once again, came down to that horizontal line, bounced off. Could have placed a trade there, but wasn't particularly confident in that because this line has held previously, but it is gonna hold forever. So I just wanted to wait, be patient, and get some more confirmation on things before rushing into trades. Ended up with $30 on the last trade. Got my first target filled, but the last two targets were behind our entry point. So kind of a break-even trade, if you will. That's also why I take money off the table as the trade continues to progress. So, entered a limit order, but they ended up being a terrible idea. So you always want to ask yourself and make sure that you're not susceptible to making errors just because you want to get in a trade and you have a initial idea of what's going on. You always want confirmation from 2 or 3 things. So I had this limit order in, but I knew it was a bad idea, and luckily I did place a trade based upon just one particular indicator or one field. So we see we got back down to the horizontal line. Like I said, it isn't gonna hold forever. Ended up breaking through that. Also could have noticed that we made a higher low, or a lower high, a lower high. So that could have been a sign for a continual downward movement. But I was looking for price to potentially come up to that trend line that we identified in our 15-minute time frame earlier. So now we got a doji candle, price is moving up. Once again, saw the doji. A doji is usually a signal of reversal, but wasn't seeing too much confirmation there. You know, you want to combine indicators, support, resistance, trend lines with candlestick patterns. You don't want to just trade off of candlestick patterns, especially in the NQ market. So now price is returning. And here I have my second hypothesis. I'm looking for a sell order because remember, this area served as support. And once it served as support, it got broke through and then it becomes resistance. So now we're getting some wicks there. So I'm looking to enter potentially at the top of this area here. Was hoping that we stay in the bearish sentiment on this Friday. So I was hoping this was a nice little pullback. We got some long wicks right above this level. So I was hoping to get filled and hoping that price continues to move down. So we do have candlestick patterns as our first. We also have this resistance here. And also our sentiment currently is bearish. So those are my 2 to 3 confirmations that gave me a signal to take this trade, or gave me the confidence to take this trade. I'm willing to risk this money giving those things all coming and aligning in order. So we got some movement down. Was pretty confident at this moment in time. Wanted to move my stop loss slightly up above those wicks. Didn't want to get stopped out prematurely. We can see we're kind of back and forth, buyers and sellers. But as I'm watching this, I'm pretty confident. Just wanted to give it a moment before things kind of pick a direction. Was hoping that the buyers would kind of give up and give in to the larger sentiment of the market. Turned out to be the case. Didn't want to risk too much money. Got stopped out. End of the day, down $1,690. So decided to leave. One of my rules are not to place more than 2 trades a day. So once again, December 30th, end of the day, down $1,690. 1 for 2. First trade in fully executed and hit all targets, so that's why I'm down, even though my risk to reward is a 4-1. We don't necessarily have a market lesson today. Today is the end of the year. This is my last trade, but what I do want to leave you with is keep grinding all of 2023. Keep working, keep learning. Time in the market is well spent. You're only going to get better as you continue to do it. And one of the quotes that I decide to live by is never complain about having too much on your plate when your goal is to eat. So keep working, keep getting better on the way to becoming a millionaire trader. Set your goals and watch them come to fruition. And since you're still here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are here next time we are analyzing trades with danDier Investments. Until then, be blessed and be safe.